So I just wanted to talk about who Or actually is and start off with that and have a chat to her about how she became the person that she is today and a little bit about her background and her life these days, because living with Or, I've been with Or now for 4 years. It's very different than
5 years.
5 years. So it's very different than other lifestyles probably. So
I think I can tell who I am, but the rest I'm gonna tell Rick to tell, because you're gonna tell who I am the most. You can know the better than anyone because you be with me long enough, right? Who I am is what else I gonna say? I have me is the third generation of my family. The first one is my grandfather. He come from China, but it's gonna be all China. The time that is not burned anything yet. The knowledge still there. My grandfather come to Thailand about like nearly 80 years ago, before World War II or World War One start, I think. I guess. So it'd be.
Well, probably it would be 100 years
100
ago.
years
then.
already.
If
Because
it would be-
my grandfather died more than 40 years. No, more than 35 years already. And he come to Thailand and he be very famous at that time. That time we don't have internet, we don't have anything, right? For 50 years ago. But he was so famous at that time. Nearly everyone in Thailand know about him. He meditate and he also, it sounds amazing and unbelievable for you guys, but I have to say that it's true. For example, like everyone say that my grandfather can become enlightened. So because he at that time he will fly. He fly.
Not with a plane.
Not
she's
with a
talking,
plane.
She's talking about
fly
like
for real.
levitating.
Yes. And also when we like, for example, like if I get cut or something, he can heal by using magic. Heal like
Yeah.
normal.
He was quite a famous healer as well.
Yes.
Like a lot of people came to him apparently
Yes.
to get treatments. Like what are the things that you saw? This is when you were like really young,
Yes,
right? Yeah.
he were doctor. He healed a lot of symptoms. For example, like me, he died 30 years ago, more than 30 years. But before he died, he write the medicine for me.
It's like a script, like
Yes.
a doctor's script.
Yes,
Yeah.
and tell me what medicine
Prescription.
that I have to take. And because he know that 30 years later I will get cancer.
Yeah. So he died when you were like 8 years old.
Yes.
And when did you actually get the cancer? You had breast cancer.
40
Right?
when I 40.
You were 40. So he knew.
40
what
years
is it?
later.
32 years later.
Yes.
That she would have this problem, and he already gave a prescription
Yes.
to help her.
And before he say that take this medicine every year to protect not to have it, but I'm too lazy.
And I mean, before something happens, you probably also don't think about it as much as when it actually happens.
Because I also know when the time comes, I'm walking to the doctor and say, can you do cesarean to do the operating for me? So I also know that it's gonna happen because I take it from someone else too. So
When you say you take it from someone else, yeah, I've heard this story, but I want her to share it with you guys.
okay, when it's no such thing on earth that if you do something and you're not gonna be the one who get the consequence. So if I decide to help someone in the broken the nature law,
Bend. I don't think you can. Can you break nature's law? You can bend them, I guess, but
yeah, you cannot break, but technically it's like breaking. For example, like I can tell you a future. If I see that you're gonna have accident and I try to change that, then I break the law.
I think
Then
that
I'm gonna be the one who get.
interrupting nature, I think, is more the way
Yes.
that you do it. Yeah. So whenever something is supposed to happen, it's supposed to happen. So if you stop it from happening
From one person,
one
it's
person,
gonna
it's going
change
to go
to
to
you.
someone else. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna change to you. So I have 2 times canceled. I have to do the operating for cancer 2 times, but I never do chemotherapy or anything. I never do that. I just go and cut, and then I take my grandfather medicine, and then I heal.
So what else? How else was your because her grandfather or your grandfather was like a huge influence in your
Yes.
life, right?
And then my
That's-
mom.
And your mom.
I
So
told you it's the 3rd generation. My mom also, she meditates since she 2 years old, and she be consult for famous people like at that time. But
So-
then after my grandfather died, my father died, then she stopped doing it.
what kind of consult? Like if you say consultant for famous people, like what did she talk to them? What did they come to her for?
You know what? It's so difficult for us, but for the fortune teller or psychic or anything in this present time, it's so easy. It's
What
so
is?
easy. Because when you walk into psychic world,
Mhm.
everyone just say, "Oh, I can see this, I can feel this," and then you follow them.
Mm-hmm.
But for the way that my mom or I have, they walk in and they say, "What I think yesterday, is it possible to happen?" You understand? They don't tell us anything, but
Yeah.
they just walk in and say, one of the leader of the country,
Yeah.
he leaded some country, I cannot say, walk in and say, "What did I think yesterday? Is this going to be success?"
How can you even
Know about last
night,
night's, right?
Yeah.
Yes, my mom do know.
Your mum did those kind of things. So these are the households that she grew up in. I mean, when I was 8 years old, I think I was making toys from cardboard boxes and
Oh, yeah,
and-
you know, we
and
walk in the
playing
jungle and
games.
try to get the tree and play with magic. My mom have, okay, this is going to be the bedtime story for you guys. My mom mad at my father,
Mhm.
so he have his picture and she punched
She punched his
his
picture.
picture. He go to the hospital.
So from your mum punching your father's
Picture.
just picture, like in a picture frame,
Yeah.
your actual father got sick.
Yeah, go to the hospital right away.
Like, what did the doctor say was his problem at that time?
They don't understand why he's so like
Sore.
bruised like that. Yeah, inside.
So you had internal bruising from your mother punching a picture. So this is what you grew up with.
Yes.
So
I
what,
play with snakes since I was young. My mom play with snakes. We can catch snakes so easy for us.
why would you be able to catch snakes easily?
We play with them. We play with nature. We when I'm young, I go to the jungle and get the tree. My mom teach us what tree can use for each thing, and also we don't know it's called magic, because to heal people you have to learn magic as well.
So if I ask, like, what do you, in your mind, what do you think is different between yourself and anybody else then?
I think I be with nature more than anyone's, because, for example, like everyone always say that everything is connected, but they don't know what the connect is. But for me, everything is connected by the elements. So everything is elements. You just see the balance of elements and you use it.
So this is everything that you can do, or you've seen your grandparents, your grandfather do, or your
No,
mother
I'm
do.
not gonna good at them. Like
No,
I'm
but
not,
I
I
mean,
cannot
like,
fly yet.
those. Yeah, when you can, you have to show us and teach
No,
us the
cannot.
rest of it. Why not?
It's a law, Buddha law. When you have ability to do a lot of things, you can see. You be with me long enough. When I stopped the rain, did I tell you that I am the one who stopped the rain? Am I?
You don't usually talk about it now.
Yes, but you know that after we're gonna get out, the rain will stop. You know that.
When we leave the house, a lot of the time the rain will stop, and there's no other explanation for it. I mean,
And then after we leave, the rain comes back.
well, once we're on the cover again, then the rain will come
Yes.
back. Or when you go to a different, whenever we go anywhere, whenever we go to a shopping mall or something, there's always a parking spot there
In front of the door.
in front of the door.
Or close to
Or
the,
you know months ahead of time that there's going to be a flood or some.
Yeah, it's so many things that you feel like it's unbelievable.
Unbelievable but undeniable.
Yes, but the problem is for me, it's normal because I grew up like this. So
It's just not the way that the rest of us grew up.
yes, you should interview my son, my husband, and my student.
Yeah, we should chat to them. Actually, your son's just over there walking around right now. We'll have to get a different video, have a chat with him, see how it is to be the son of or whatever. I don't even know what we would call it.
You should know. You also can tell everyone how to live with me.
I can. It's intense.
Okay,
I would
I'm
say
gonna
it's
ask one
intense.
question for everyone. Why you really want me to teach everyone? Why?
Why I want you to teach everyone. Okay, so I would say that the reason why I want to teach is because everywhere in the world, I've lived in Europe, I've lived in America, I've lived in Australia. I'm originally from Australia. as a Westerner, we we often these days hear about meditation, we hear about yoga, we hear about magic, we hear about Feng Shui, for example, we hear about astrology, all these different things, but most of it is just bullshit. It doesn't make sense, right? And then when I met Or, she's the first person I think that I met that was like a meditation instructor, I thought at that time, that wasn't talking about how lovely everything was and peacefulness, and she was really direct and really straightforward and blunt. That's how we got into a lot of fights when we first met. And so the reason why I want Or to teach everybody is because she's refreshingly different in the way that she is like a no BS kind of teacher, where she can show exactly how the mind works. She can show how karma works, how nature around us influences our daily lives, and with real, like, tangible reason, not just ambiguous, like, oh, we're all spiritual, we're all one, or you should feel love and be loved. No, she doesn't talk like that. You know, it's like clean up your own mess. That's more of what you teach. It's like clean up your own mess, have a real understanding of knowledge. Don't dream. Dream is nice, but don't like make things just a dream or just an illusion. Make it real, you know.
And also everything that I teach, I prove it that it can help for real.
Exactly. And I have to say, like, I've read a lot of self-help books and I've listened to a lot of tapes and videos and everything about that stuff. Is the one thing that I noticed the difference between Or and other people is when you read or see self-development books, you remember the words, you can quote the words, like, and you feel good reading it, but it doesn't actually make a difference. Whereas the way that Or teaches, it really has made a difference in my life, and it really does make a difference in everybody that she teaches. So, and it's undeniable change that people experience. So it's something I really want to share, is because it's the one thing that I've found in my life that actually provides a result that I'm looking for, and makes the world, opens a whole new different perspective of the world, really.
So that's your dream. You really want me to teach everyone.
That's why I want to teach.
All right. If you guys like this and you want to know everything, anything that you want to know for the world, I think I have the answer. So just give me the comment below, click like and share, and tell us what you want to know and what you want us to tell you about the story of everything.
Yeah, we've always got a lot of different expertise and a lot of different knowledge,
for example, like name, you never know about that.
Yeah, like say for example, you could ask questions. I'm just giving you examples. You guys can come up with anything that you like, of course. But names like Or has a very different type of astrology, talking about people's personalities and how their personalities are connected to the time that they're born, and it has like 100% accuracy with that. She can explain how the alphabet influences the objects that it's connected with, like our names, for example. Like if you change your name, your life changes. She can talk about driver's license, about family, about the mind, about if you have a problem in your life, if you're depressed or upset, or if there's something that you're going through as well. She's very good at helping people to understand themselves better and to understand others as well in relationships. I think you can ask pretty much anything, any problem that you'd come to a life coach or to a mentor.
And anything that you believe, but it doesn't make sense, you can ask me.